I always thought that Dominicans hated being called black because of Haiti. They associate blackness with being Haitian. And yes, more so on the island. Man, so look, I was gonna come out here and hang out in my conuco, and I got to deal with this morning. Okay, so no, that's inaccurate. That's not true. Dominicans do not hate being called black because they associate blackness with being Haitian. That's not a thing. Again, you're projecting American race theory, American race lens view, whatever, onto Caribbean people, and it just doesn't work the same. Culturally, it doesn't work the same. I'm not saying there's not colorism in the Dominican Republic and in the whole world. There's not, like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, we don't hyphenate, like, we don't like identify people as like a black Dominican or a white Dominican. It's a Dominican who also happens to have black skin and black features. But the Dominican, everybody understands Dominicans to be a mixed race people. Like, the idea that blackness is foreign is a completely American concept, right? Like, white Americans had to kind of like say, okay, this is our country, so they hyphenate everybody else. You know, Mexican American, Asian American, Black American, and then white people are just American. Nobody like talks about white Americans, you know, like as a thing. Like they don't have to. The only people that don't have to hyphenate. So we don't have that in the Caribbean, and that's like the point of my first video. We don't hyphenate. It's just not a thing. But I will give you an example with the people who do. What Black Dominicans don't like is being asked if they're of Haitian descent, not because they hate Haitians. Like, for example, my old my Dominican brother, all right, my adopted Dominican brother, and actually I was the one that was adopted, but he's black, and I'm, you know, obviously very white, and we lived in Puerto Plata, so we get a lot of tourists. And the thing is, tourists would always ask me if I was of Spanish descent, and they would ask him if he was of Haitian descent. And it was kind of a running joke, but it was actually really annoying because in the Dominican Republic, you don't get asked. Like, we don't do this thing where like Americans like, hey, I'm like a quarter Irish, and I'm like 1/3 German and like French, and then I have like native probably Cherokee. Like, we don't do that whole thing in the Dominican Republic. You're just Dominican, okay? So the idea of being told, hey, you're not Dominican because you're dark, like that's what's annoying to people. So saying you must be of Haitian descent, like, that's annoying because you're just Dominican. And that's the thing that foreigners do. That's not a thing that other Dominicans do to Dominicans. It just doesn't happen. All right. Anyway, I hope that clears things up a little bit. All right. Have a good day. I'm gonna get back to my beautiful garden here.